If Attack on Titan were to be summed up with a single word, it would undoubtedly be freedom. Eren Yeager's Titan, rightfully named the Attack Titan, is said to have a singular focus on becoming free. It would claw its way from the pits of hell, rip every muscle in its body, and break every bone. It would kill creature and human alike before it stopped pursuing that goal. As Eren says in Season 4, he just keeps moving forward. This progression towards freedom, first past the walls and then over the ocean, defines Attack on Titan as a series, as we follow a traumatized and manic character as he tries to rationalize what happened to his town and to his mother. This is Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan has a decidedly simple initial premise. Humanity is trapped within giant walls with the looming threat of man-eating titans outside. Caged up like a bird, our protagonist, Eren Yeager, is never satisfied with living out his life meagerly inside of the walls. He believes that such an existence is entirely devoid of freedom and wishes to fight the titans to reclaim the land. Of course, there needs to be a story, so when Eren is a boy, the Colossal Titan shows up at the walls and kicks the entrance down to allow smaller titans to invade the town. Eren's home is lost forever as he sees his mom get eaten while fleeing. The goal of the series to this point is simple: to kill all of the titans. Although it really doesn't change throughout the story. Eren and his two childhood friends Armin and Mikasa become military recruits. After 3 years, they join the Survey Corps, who have made it their duty to pursue the same goals as Eren: kill the Titans and take back their land. However, that's enough of the background information. If you're watching this video, I'm going to assume you've already seen at least some of Attack on Titan and don't care about spoilers. I think it's safe to say that the series began life as a shonen. Granted, it was far more gruesome than many others, but the story and premise were one that almost anyone over the age of 12 could understand. This is not to say the story wasn't already great, rather it was entirely streamlined to hit a certain demographic, while planting small seeds behind the scenes that would eventually blossom into what AOT is today. However, as more is revealed and the world becomes increasingly complex, that shonen tag becomes less and less prominent. It is to my belief that Attack on Titan transitions into seinen during Season 3, where the characters must come to terms with murdering fellow humans. So, yes, the series starts out as a shonen while gradually shifting to a seinen as its initial audience begins to age along with it. Sounds perfect, right? We can end the video here. And it is, but the genius with Attack on Titan requires that I explore this concept past just the simple demographic shift, as there is so much more to dive into. The best way to examine this is through Eren as a character. At the beginning of the series, before the wall even falls, we see that he wants to join the Scouts, and has a desire to go past the wall and chase the freedom he believes he deserves. After the Titans break into the town, his surface goal shifts to simply killing all of the Titans, but the core reasoning remains the same: freedom. As for Eren's personality, many people initially did not favor it. Admittedly, he seemed like a fairly shallow shonen protagonist, who yelled a lot and brute forced his way through many situations. However, it would be wrong to say that even in this early stage of Attack on Titan, that there weren't multiple interesting seeds that were planted, of which only really come to light when analyzed in retrospect after having seen those seeds blossom. As I've stated, a common through line of the entire series is that Eren pursues freedom above all else. A familiar goal to be sure, yet his reasoning is so inherently simple that it's actually quite unique amongst other similar protagonists. He deserves to be free because he was born of this world. Something about that line hits me so hard emotionally every time that my chest gets a bit heavy when I hear it, and it's so universally applicable that anyone can relate to it. When Eren is trapped within his own mind in Season 1 when he has to carry the boulder, what gets him out is not thinking about the death of his mother. Rather, it is the discontentment of staying inside, never to see that vast sea that to him has always been the opposite of oppression. He remembers that he was born of this world and that he must be free. This early point of interest from Season 1 lays the foundation for the complex war story we are currently seeing in the final season. However, to say that this was the extent of it would be incorrect. Rather, the fact that Eren himself can become a Titan complicates the matter much, much further. As we know, after the destruction of his home, all Eren wants to do is kill the Titans. However, to do this, he becomes the very thing he wants to destroy. As interesting as his hypocrisy is, however, what's more compelling to me is how this concept gradually builds up to the final season, where Titans are not the monsters anymore, humans are, and really always were. And once again, Eren must become the very thing that is oppressing him as he kills innocent people in pursuit of his freedom, a monster. Just how he was forced to become a Titan to kill the Titans, he must now become a monster to kill the Marleyan monsters. The seemingly simple concept of killing all of the Titans was deceptively complex and warped from the beginning, morphing Eren's mind to justify his own actions and fooling the audience into believing Attack on Titan is something akin to a zombie mech series when it's always been a war story underneath. To sum up this section of the video, Attack on Titan began as a series with a simple yet intriguing premise that would grab the attention of a very wide younger audience, aka a perfect shonen formula. However, it has managed to maintain a great deal of its popularity while also building up significant critical acclaim as a classic in the making because its initial audience now has more complex, gray, and interesting ideas to be confronted with as Attack on Titan has evolved as a series, while also maintaining its core themes, narrative, and character motivations. Simply put, AOT grew up alongside its audience. Attack on Titan quite honestly blows me away. Like, holy shit. The fact that it's not only able to evolve as a series, but flip its initial premise on its head to great effect is nothing short of masterful. It will undoubtedly go down as one of the greatest anime/manga series of all time. The Assault on Marley is a stroke of narrative genius, as it's essentially a repeat of the first episode. Except now our characters we've been following for 3 entire seasons are the ones slaughtering thousands of innocent men, women, and children. And let me make this clear. Eren and the rest of Paradis are not justified in their actions. The people they are killing have done nothing wrong in many cases. Yet, they do not have an option. They will be wiped out by Marley if they do nothing. There is no complex political negotiations, there is only cold, unfeeling war. This is something Attack on Titan has always been about since the beginning, as Eren tells Mikasa that she must fight if she wants to survive. She must kill other human beings. Eren himself realizes that he is not justified. He knows he has killed hundreds of innocent civilians in just the act of Titan shifting under the apartment complex. He not only realizes this, he planned it that way in order to trap Reiner. So many characters in his position would be shown to be heartless, as if they just don't care anymore. Eren, however, understands. And that is so surprisingly refreshing to me that I am blown away. He feels the weight he is putting on his shoulders, the souls he has taken, and yet, despite everything, he just keeps moving forward. There is no easy answer, and if there was, he wouldn't know it. Rather, he must keep striving for what he has since born into this world, becoming free. There are so many aspects of Attack on Titan's building complexity that I could dive into, but I don't want this video to be too long. However, I cannot make a video about AOT without pointing out that the initial series essentially ends after Season 3 and before the time skip, where they have killed off all of the Titans only to have the scale pull back to reveal the entire series up to this point was the egg in the microwave, hardly more than a prologue for the Marley arc. Eren staring at the sea in despair as he asks, "If we kill all our enemies over there, will we finally be free?" The very personification of freedom within the series, the ocean, is revealed to be just another larger wall. The entire world now their enemy. Aaron's moment in the water is simultaneously the payoff for the series up to that point and the beginning of a mindset that will be the spark for the final season. Holy shit. And Armin became the very same Titan that led to the destruction of their home, seeing the same sights, killing just as many people. Isiam is honestly one of the best writers in fiction right now. But if I keep ranting, this video is not going to end. I mean, the walls are literally made out of Titans. There is too much to analyze here. There is one more aspect of this series that I want to tackle, one that is a bit more abstract and broader than the rest of the analysis, but that shows a completely different side of the same coin. However, this video will be too long if I include it, and I want to give it its own spotlight. It is quite different from everything else tackled here. Thus, I'll be making a sort of sequel to this video next week. I already have the script done at the time of this writing. Anyways, if you've already made it this far, don't forget to subscribe, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Thanks for watching.